Okay, it's Tuesday, July 24th, and it's time for the Formspring Speed Round. What the hell is that? It's something I just made up. Got 175 questions, and I want to see if I can answer them all in 25 minutes. Let's rock! Roleplay Humor asks, did you know you have half as many responses as the main Formspring account? No, I did not know that, but that is kind of awesome. Roleplay Humor asks, sorry about missing last week. Apparently you and Snorlax visited my house, and now my memory is fuzzy. Why does my ass hurt? Probably because I raped you. Roleplay Humor asks, who, what, where, when, how? You, a broomstick, in your house, yesterday, many times. Roleplay Humor asks, can you catch a Kaga with a Pokeball? No, you can't. You can only catch her with a Korean ball. Roleplay Humor asks, okay, can you see by the dawn's early light? Actually I can't because all the windows in my room are closed right now and it's not quite dawn yet. Roleplay Humor asks, do you get depressed when you hear that someone you like, do you get depressed when you hear that someone you like to watch hate MLP? I don't understand that question, sorry. Roleplay Humor asks, did you see the MLP ROM hack of FF6? I know Snorlax is LPing it. I haven't looked at it yet. I'll have to check it out soon. Roleplay Humor asks, did you know that there is someone doing an MLP ROM hack of Phoenix Wright? That sounds really fucked up. Roleplay Humor asks, should they just make an app for the kitchen sink? Then it'll be good for everything but porn. There are many apps for porn, actually, if you know what you're doing. Now, the rest of these are by Roleplay Humor until I say otherwise. I don't know what I was thinking. Is it not rape if I yell surprise sex first? Yes, that is a very good loophole. Did you see the ludicrous G4 Top 100 list? No, I avoid G4 like the plague. I know they did an old one in 2004. It had like 5 sports games. Is G4 going to be a sports weekly blowjob? More like daily blowjobs. Does part of you hope that G4 dies and another network comes up and bought the rights to old shows on both Tech TV and G4 before they sucked? That ship was kind of sailed for me. The last time I watched that network is back when it was known as Mind Extension University. If they did do something like that, would it just meet the same fate as G4 Tech TV? Yes, it probably would. Should we stop those French people from eating those pony Klondike bars? Absolutely. I may have asked you this. Did you ever see Death Battle? Rainbow Dash faces Starscream in one episode. I have not seen that. If you could create your own STD, what would it do to people, assuming you're an evil bastard for a day? Well, I'm an evil bastard every day, and my STD would actually cause people to start having diarrhea from the mouth. Yeah. What is your favorite flavored lollipop? Okay, sour apple. Is something written in leet speak I can't read. Why do short people got no reason? Well, according to Randy Newman, short people got no reason to live. An anonymous user asks, why do you no longer put gameplay of random games in your Formspring Answers videos? Short answer, laziness. Long answer, I'm running out of footage and laziness. Back to Roleplay Humor! Did you know that Barney is a black guy? I did not know that. That's interesting. Do you want me to help found a country that's like Japan, only even more people speak English and it is just the nerdy stuff? You pretty much described an anime con right there. Is it strange that I use kaboom as a sort of catchphrase? No, I think that's pretty cool. I like the word kaboom. Kaboom! Ha ha ha! Don't you want this baby? We don't want it anymore. Yes, I do want this baby as long as I'm allowed to do whatever I want with it. Burps? Okay. Is there any underrated games you want to recommend that you have not mentioned on here and have not LP'd? Beyond Oasis, although I do plan on LPing that soon. Do you ever watch Science Channel? No, I don't get it. How fucked up would it be if a ninja actually appeared behind when someone joked that? Oh, and by the way, points behind you. The only thing behind me is my fan. Why were you thinking of quitting? Because this is actually a lot more work than you'd think. I meant Formspring. Should have made that more specific. I knew what you meant. Easy Cyberpup asks, what if we really are just an experiment created by aliens? You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we were. How do you think the aliens would judge us if we were an experiment? Do you think they would keep us going or kill us all? I don't think they would do either. I think they would I think they'd kill most of us and take a small amount of us back to their home planet and keep us in like a zoo. Why is it so far away? I don't know. Are you there? I'm right here. Would you rather live in New England or some other place? If so, what other place? San Jose. Otherwise, right where I am. Does theology bother you? Does theology bother me? It doesn't bother me. I just don't like to talk about it. Well, now that Diablo 3 has been out for a month, do you play? I just started playing tonight. Yes. Do the people in your past who have been raped by you know that you've come clean? I hope they do, because I wrote them letters. I have just started an Amnesia Let's Play. Will you watch? Probably not. I don't like LPs of, quote-unquote, scary games. Fuck, why does boredom suck? I don't know, but we're probably programmed to be bored. It's probably an evolutionary advantage of some sort. This is a stupid question, right? Not really. In my opinion, there are no stupid questions. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. The next 2 questions are by Bucket Fan for Life. Is this not one of the cutest pictures ever? It's a link. Oh my god, it's adorable. Yes, it's, I don't know. Let me try to won't let me copy it. I can't click it. Sorry. Dear Doc Sigma, you're awesome. For the NES, Dr. Mario or Tetris? I have much happier memories of Dr. Mario. I played it with my dad all the time. And in fact, when I got Dr. Mario for Christmas, that was the thing that finally forced me to get a color TV, because on my black and white TV, I couldn't tell the pills apart. Newfie Banga asks, is the love of money truly the root of all evil? Maybe not the root of all evil, but definitely the root of a lot of evil. Gentleman Shadow asks, do you have any fetishes besides lolicon? Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, you cannot succeed? What is your opinion of the webcomic Homestuck? That is 3 questions, you silly person. Do I have any fetishes? I really like, feet. Not like sexually, though. I just like giving people foot rubs. Is that a fetish? I don't know. Do I ever feel like no matter what I do, I cannot succeed? Absolutely. And Homestuck. I've heard so many people talk about Homestuck, I still don't know what it is. I've been to the website, and I still don't know what it is. Charcoal64 asks, does Link look like a fish? No, he looks like a fairy. Yeah, there we go. An anonymous question. An anonymous user asks, you skipped my question. That's just me. No worries, though. Moonman will be there shortly to rape forgiveness into you. Oh, glory to white people. That sounds like something Moonman would do. Yggdrasil asks, alright, here's my question you skipped. If when I finally hunt you down at a con, I'm going to hug you completely out of nowhere before even introducing myself. So be prepared for that. How does Melissa like her steak cooked, and what is her opinion on dough? I guess the question got cut off. Well, I'm looking forward to that hug. Melissa likes her steak rare, like very rare, like almost raw. And I don't know what her opinion on dough is, because I don't know if it got cut off. Okay, a couple by Snorlag. Hey, Doc, on a previous question, you said you like strawberry goodies. Well, during Syrup Fest up here in Michigan, my girlfriend bought me a pound of strawberry cheesecake fudge. You want to know if it was good? Yes, I do want to know if it was good. Please tell me, was it good? Ah. Okay, I'm deleting a duplicate question. It's taking a lot of time to do so. A couple in a row by Chimi Mimichi. Creative question. Why do you follow me? I don't like to answer that question. Why do you follow me? It's a cheeky question. Sorry. I just asked the same one twice in a row, you cheeky little vanilla rabbit. Okay, trying to scroll here. Couple in a row by, come on, scroll, you stupid webpage. A couple in a row by Newfie Banga. You see a man on the road, beat up on the side of the road. He asks for money to pay off a debt owed to the man who beat him. It turns out you don't have enough money to help the man and buy your mom a gift. Where do you go for the best fried chicken? I go to Kentucky Fried Chicken because I'm generic and cheap like that. I mean, what in the hell? If you're the kind of person who wants to get married, how long would you wait for the engagement for the wedding itself? It depends. And an honest user asks, has Moonman ever had sex with anyone? Moonman has had sex with almost everyone, you silly little human. Newfie Banga asks, it's no secret that some LPers have become couples through this hobby. What other LPers would you like to see paired together? Are you kidding me? Well, first of all, even though I'm an LPer, I never considered myself quote-unquote part of this hobby. But that being said, there are LPers who became fucking couples through this? That's just weird. And an honest user asks, has Moo... That's a duplicate question. Come on, scroll. Okay. So on Doofy Banger again, so on June 29th, I'm set to start my Golden Sun The Lost Age LP, and yes, I will be using the gold password to carry my stats over to that game. Which of the GBA Golden Sun games are better, the first one or the second one? The second one, in my opinion. Okay, back to Roleplay Humor. What are your thoughts on the Spoony One's meltdown? Oh, dear. I never gave it much thought, frankly. Used to be a fan of his, then when he started getting how he got, I stopped being a fan of his, so I only really heard about his meltdown through second-hand sources. Then I went back and looked at Twitter history, so I don't really have an opinion on it. It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. Would you cry too if it happened to you? Absolutely, I would cry if it happened to me, if she was wearing his ring and all that stuff. Did you get a gentle touch from the invisible hand? No, but yes, I did, actually. The invisible hand threw me up, and I hit the glass ceiling. Tee-hee-hee. Why am I naked? Because you're taking a bath. What is the crustiest? French's yellow mustard that hasn't been opened in years. Does anything beat Neck Hitler? Yes, Super Mussolini. Should we consider Avatar the Last Bender an anime even though it was made in America? No, that's one of the rules. No, sorry. Should Manson make an Antichrist Superstar musical on Broadway? Yeah, I think so. We need controversy right now. Absolutely. I think he should, seriously. Who is Skeleton Jelly? I am Skeleton Jelly. I am Skeleton Jelly. I am Skeleton Jelly. Is it just me, or is Duck Goose a bit racist, picking on that poor goose? Oh, it's quite racist. It's very anti-goosite. Why is it some days you just can't get rid of a bomb? Because some days you're Batman. Who's not that Pokemon? Well, I'll tell you who's not that Pokemon. It's not Porygon, because we never got the Porygon episode in America. When paper money is a distant memory, what will be our new currency? I think it'll be all stored in computers and stuff, and we'll just use thumbprints or other biometrics. But it'll still be called the dollar, or the pound, or the yen, etc. Is turducken tasty? I have no idea. It sounds kind of gross, and I really don't like duck, so not for me. Want to play a game called Cards vs. Humanity with me, Snorlax, and a couple other people sometime? A game sort of like Apples to Apples, only messed up humor. Maybe, I don't know. Is this question postmodern? No, but it is postmortem. Can you invent a new dance? I'm kind of inventing a new dance right now. I'm shaking back and forth in my chair as I'm forcing myself to spew out this self-talking stuff. Is there any situation where feeding trolls is a good idea, or at least fun? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Feeding trolls can be hilarious. Got a yawn. Son of a bitch. I am thinking of making a Lupin the Third AMV. Do you think Pet Shop Boys song Opportunities, Let's Make Lots of Money would be a good song for it? Yeah, absolutely. Should there be a porn called Cunt Chocula? Sure. Well, food eating cunts. Pancakes? Yes. Why are decent cartoons being cancelled? Because people are retarded. You mad, bro, or just jelly? Neither. I'm not mad at all, and I'm not jealous. I'm just hoping I can finish this in 15 minutes. Do you want to punch me after that last question? No, of course not. Do you think there will be an American Revolution in our lifetime? Not in our lifetime, but yes, someday. Madness? This is blasphemy. Did you get your lolly or shots for this year? Yes, I did. Thank you for reminding me, though. Who is the most badass vampire? Strahd von Zarovich. How will the world end? We'll get absorbed by the sun, sort of. What is the secret to having powerful thighs? You have to take the holy book of your choice, or the phone book, and rub it vigorously between your thighs. Charcoal64 asks if you had the chance to do something illegal like kill Justin Bieber. Doesn't have to be that extreme, would you? And what would it be? Yeah, I would, and it would just be I would steal $100 million from a multi-billionaire. There we go. Strider Dan asks, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Not that much. If I want one, I can just go right downstairs and grab one from the freezer. Charcoal64 asks, am I a bad man? I have no idea, because no one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man. Behind blue eyes. Luffy Banga asks, who motivates you to do Let's Plays and LP you looked up to? Your friends, your family, your fans, all the above, and someone else entirely. It's a combination of all of them. The ones that got me started were Tatsudoshi and the Cold One, particularly the Cold One, and from there it just was basically my fans. Definitely not my family, though, actually. I don't think they even know I do this nonsense. Zigbar31 asks, where would you be right now if the internet didn't exist? Oh dear. Probably dead, huh? Luffy Bang asks, so Facebook has changed our email contact information without asking. Luckily, you can fix that by editing your info and hiding it while showing your real one. Does that be really getting out of hand more so than ever? Absolutely. Karuka Kuroichi asks, Das ist das, something in German, I don't know. Charcoal64 asks, first thing that pops into your mind, sex is gender. Luffy Banga asks, which of these 7 deadly sins do you see as the worst for mankind, and which one of those best represents you? The sins are greed, lust, gluttony, envy, pride, wrath, and sloth. I would say that the one that's the worst for mankind would be sloth, because that'll get us all killed, and the one that represents me the most, honestly, would probably be wrath. Asks, so far over the Let's Plays I have done and finished, what is your favorite one? Be honest with your answer. She's my honest answer. I don't know who you are. Sorry. Charcoal64 asks, is it hard to follow LP you newly discovered, especially when they are midway through their LP? Yeah, it can be, which is why I like to be able to set aside a big chunk of time to catch up with the LP, just a few hours to watch all the episodes. Or maybe a whole day even. Who depends on how long it is. Damn it. Didn't want to yawn. Oh, no, not Tuner. It's a duplicate question. Zigbar31 asks, how do I diffuse my sins in the sin diffusal machine? Gamer Simia asks, I'm sure this has been asked a few hundred times, what kind of mic do you use to record your sweet voice? Sorry to ask, it's a repetition. Hang on a sec. Fuck. I gotta look at it, actually. It's a Behringer, professional microphone of some sort. And I use a mixing board. I use a mixing board whose brand name escapes me. I'm staring at it right now, but all the plugs are literally blocking the brand name. I'll try to get more information. Sorry. Azure Dragonius asks, who wants to talk about murders? Yay, let's talk about murders! Charcoal64 asks, on average, what time of day do you watch YouTube videos? Oh god, almost any time. I watch them on my way to work. I watch them at work while I'm waiting for my code to compile. I watch them at work during my coffee breaks and during lunch. I watch them on my way home from work. I watch them when I get home from work. And I watch them in bed. Oh dear. Maruad asks, why is there a glory hole in my bathroom? Because you are the luckiest guy in the world. Yggdrasil asks, few in a row. Picture this, you're listening to some random anime music on YouTube. As you listen, you browse the comments as people do. Suddenly, the plot twist of one of your favorite shows is spoiled by some multi-cunt. And I think it continues on to the next question. And not because it's relevant to the video in any way, but because the video about said show is in the related suggestions. Fucking nigger tits. This is why I don't care a lot of people die in shootings from 9/11 shit. Well, this person to fuck up my day anyway. How's Dusty's sex life? Oh my god. How you got me there? Dusty's sex life is non-existent because he's fixed. My bucket list. Hug Tara Strong. Go for Stephen Blum. Get a piggyback ride from Doc Stephen. Am I insane? And if I am, at least I'm an orange. Well, you're not insane. Check my math. Lolly divided by penis plus lawyer equals sex offender. But how many lollies does it take to screw in a light bulb? 11. 1 to change the bulb and 10 to get hugged by me. I think I saw... Oh, here we go. 8. Soma Cruz has asked. I think I saw Moon Man while at the store today. Should I be surprised? No, he has to, buy some kerosene and some wood and some white sheets for his upcoming KKK meeting. Frozen Train asks, I'm going to take the current fad. What LP, or if any, did you find me through? And generalize it a bit. How did you find me, or what source did you hear about me from? Again, I don't like this question because my memory doesn't work that way. Sorry, don't know. Yggdrasil asks, you're stuck on a deserted island. There's supplies of cookies, a small assortment of sandwiches, a flashlight, and a bag of infinite lollies. How do you escape, / what do you do if you can't escape? Well, I train the lollies to, go gather food, and I just live there forever. Yeah. Although if it is infinite lollies, I guess I could start, cooking and eating them. But no, I can't go there. No, sorry. Charcoal64 asks, ever start over in a game when you completely messed up your game all the damn time? Azure Dragonius asks, there's a new JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game in the works. Who's excited? I am. Space Ninja 88 asks, something in a foreign language I can't read. Few in a row from Jack RC11. Doc, are you a fan of the web series Red vs. Blue? If so, what's your opinion on the current season? Not a fan. Sorry. I know you aren't a huge fan of all those darn FPSs, but do you like using tools used in those, such as blah blah blah? No. Is it illegal to fart on a cop? If it is, it shouldn't be. The last question, if a cop farts on you, can you piss in their mouth? Yes, you can, or you can kick them in the junk. I have an idea for a 4th Back to the Future movie. Kid 10 and the ex-monster family of Bith steals Doc's time machine and goes back to World War II times to kill Arthur McFly, Marty's grandfather. Also played the game. He was there. Continued on next question. Marty uses the time machine to go back and gets the young Kid 10 thrown in jail where he's shanked and killed. Marty begins to disappear because without Kid's son Biff, his parents wouldn't get together. Marty has to go back and stop himself from getting Kid 10 arrested. But without being seen by himself, he saves young Kid 10 but disappears because if Kid 10 didn't get arrested, Marty wouldn't have had a reason to stop himself from getting arrested. The world explodes at the end. Time Traveler's Paradox, I love it. Jacker C11 asks, oh, I already said that. Is it possible in the future to have a Skype call with Cold where we have a battle of racism? Cold versus Moon Man! Oh, God. I don't know who would win there. Madruadas, are there any turtles in your pockets? What I'm wearing right now doesn't have pockets. Tattooed Yoshi asks, where's your favorite place to watch the 4th of July fireworks? Right from home, from the television. Movie Manga asks, what is one game that you have played but felt finished too soon? I tend to rush through the Pokemon games, so yeah. Charcoal64 asks, what was the last game you got really immersed in? Obsidian. Charcoal64 asks, have you ever talked to yourself for whatever reason when someone walks by? If so, how did you feel? Yes, and didn't care. Madarada asks, why can't we comment on questions? That's a good question, actually. Maybe that they felt it would turn into too much like a message board. Searching for Noah asks us a video clip. Let's see if I can load it. It's not loading. I can't load the video, so the question might be bogus. Thanks to Drunken Dan for showing me this. My question is, what happens when you jump and hit the circle button? I have no idea. Because I can't load the video because it's not working. Toridoshi12 asks, both. I can't talk. This is really pushing it. Smoke, meth, hail, Satan. That's not a question, you silly. Noofy Bag asks, so Chronicles of a Dark Lord F1, Tides of Fate will face Paper Mario 1000-Year Door, the 9,000 subscriber tournament final. What do you see as the big story here? Who do you think will win it all? I think it'll be an exact tie. What games would you like to see me play? Shall I open a tournament and let fans decide my next Let's Play? Yes, absolutely. Ginpoo asks a bunch of questions in a row. How do you manage to fall asleep? Counting sheep, warm milk, meditation, taking enough drugs to knock out an elephant? I usually use, noise, specifically, brown noise or red noise. Does cinnamon burn your tongue like it does mine? Absolutely. Why do we stall when we know we should be heading to bed even though we missed dinner and haven't had our dessert yet? Still haven't watched any anime today? Because humans stall by nature. I guess. Am I asking enough questions or do we need more? You're asking a perfect amount of questions. How do you manage to fall asleep counting sheep? You already asked that. You've got a bunch of duplicate questions here, you silly. It looked like you asked 6, but you only asked 3. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta go faster here. Noofy Bag asked if concerning Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's play in the near future. Which one of these series would you like to see? I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Sorry. Ginpoo again asked, what makes you happier longer? Watching a good film with family and friends or a brand new article of clothing from a designer? The former, because fuck designer clothing. Nods of Doom asked some questions in a row. Hey there, Doc. It's Rob Hell, the Nods of Doom with the pile of questions. Are you up for the challenge? Yes, I am. Hey, Doc, what is your favorite type of lolly? The adorable type. Hey, Doc, is there a movie or movies that everyone you know, friends and family, seems to like/love that you don't like or really hate? Moulin Rouge. Yes. Hey, Doc, what are your thoughts on Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney 3DS game, and do you think that we in the U.S. will get our hands on an English copy? I think it's a fascinating premise. I don't think we'll get our hands on a copy because they really like to fuck us over on games like that. I mean, we're not getting the second Edgeworth game, etc., etc. Hey, Doc, is it true that Dracula runs an evil pyramid scheme within the world's blood bank in order to get free blood since he's a lazy bastard? I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it sounds like the plot from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. If not, it should be. Hey, Doc, if there's an official Doc Sigma drink, what kind would it be? Beer, soda, tea, etc. What flavor would it be? Oh, dear, that's a good question. It'll be a very strong lime soda. Not lemon lime, like Sprite, but just pure lime. And it would be about 10 times stronger than, like, the citrus flavor in normal sodas. Niffy Banker asks, what video game foe, not a boss, just a standard enemy, gives you the most trouble? Oh, that's easy. For me, Chain Chomps from the Super Mario series, particularly Mario 3, because they are so random. Tattooed Yoshi asks, eggs and bacon or steak and potatoes? Well, I hate eggs, so it'll have to be steak and potatoes. Mataruad asks, even though I know I spend too much time online, I can't help but feel upset when I'm too busy some days and I'm not able to get around to talking with my friends. What about you guys? Feel spend too long on the net upset when you aren't? I feel like I spend the perfect amount of time on the net. Hey, I just met you and this is crazy, but here's my number, 9, so call me, maybe? Real question, why do I like this song so much? I don't know, maybe it's an earworm. Chocolate64 asks, your actions kill thousands of people at the anime convention. How do you go on living with yourself? With 2 hands and a smile. Jimmy Michi asks, how do you deal with haters and hurtful comments on your videos/work? In all honesty, I delete them. Noofy Banga asks, do you feel like you have something to prove to someone else or more stuff to yourself? Totally to myself. Sutenko asks, go ahead, ask me some questions. What? This isn't a question? I don't care. Let's do this. It's not a question. Noofy Banga asks, let's settle this. Who has the most annoying baby cry? Baby Mario from Yoshi's Island, Kiddy Kong from Donkey Kong Country 3, or that baby Goron from Majora's Mask? Those all pale in comparison to the cry of a real baby. Oh god, it's getting very close. My alarm's going to go off. Charcoal64 asks, why do people get all pissy because you aren't following them on Twitter but you have them on a list? Because people are stupid. Noofy Panga asks, in celebrating the upcoming Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot 2, Dumbo is truly what if you played any of your favorite Crash Bandicoot game? Never played any of them. Charcoal64 asks, what would be your personal hell? A place with no macaroni and cheese and no lollies. Noofy Bang asks, so I decided to keep the old way as on my videos, but as of tonight, future uploads will have no in-stream ads. The ones that played before a vid opened your thoughts toward this. I like that. That is cool. That is respectful. Charcoal64 asks, hey, what's going on? I'm answering questions very quickly. Fifth Snow asks, in front of you are 2 buttons, a red one and a blue one. The red one makes your penis/boobs larger. Cornstarch proportions, and the blue one magically turns any soda Kaga drinks into water, and you can only press one button once. What do you push? The Kaga button. Because I'm evil. Chocolate64 asks, have you ever gotten sick because you played too much video games? Nope. Noofy Bang asks, is there one board game that you really enjoy? And also, is there one board game you really hate? A board game you really enjoy would be, Cribbage. Does that count as a board game? We're going to say it does. And one that I really hate, I don't know. Zigma31 asks, what are some songs on the radio you hear all the time that you dislike? Pretty much any pop music nowadays, with very few exceptions. Yggdrasil asks 2 questions in a row to wrap things up. In a world inhabited by happy lollies, one man has lolly repellent running through his veins. That man is Doc Sigma. What the fuck do you do, yo? Well, I drain on all my blood and replace it with a new clean blood. And Yggdrasil asks, did you know there's only one black lolly in all the world? Seriously, I googled for them, found one. It was the only adorable African I've ever seen. Aw, that sounds adorable. And with that, we are done. I did it under half hour. Yay! www.formspring.me/DocSigma. I thought I was going to give up on this, but I decided not to. Decided to do this wacky speed round thing instead. See you next time, folks. Thanks for listening. Cheers!